Okay, so this is the S2 review um, for surface area and volume test. As I mentioned in class, we need a refresher on non-right triangle trigonometry. So they want us to find the length of AC. That's this length right here, right? And um, we've got this angle here, and we have this these two sides. So when you have an angle between two sides that we know, this is an included angle. Included angle means it's an angle between two sides that we're working with. Okay? So we're working with the two yellow sides, and we've got the angle in between. So we're going to be using the cosine rule. And we're trying to find a side length. Okay, so if we're trying to find a side length and we're using the cosine rule, we're going to use this first formula because this helps us find the side. Now, if I've got my triangle here, and let's just call this angle C. It doesn't really matter what the letters are. If this is my included angle, these are the two sides that we're working with. And this opposite one here is that one squared, and this is that angle. So let's not even call it C. Let's just call it angle, smiley face. Okay? Ignore the letters because this one right here and this one right here, it's going to be squared. It doesn't matter the order because this squared plus that squared is the same thing as b squared plus a squared. Okay, so anyways, I hope this helps because people get all hung up on which one's A, which one's B, da 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 da. So here, we're going to use this formula. Okay, so we have it right here. So we're going to find AC squared. So x squared equals 7 squared plus 9 squared minus 2 times 7 times 9 cosine 120. Okay. Make sure that when you're looking at mode, you need to be in degree mode. Very important. If you haven't loaned your calculator to an HL student, then it's probably already in degree mode. But if you loaned it to a HL student, they may change it to radian mode, and you don't want it in radian mode for the SL course. Okay, so okay, 7 squared is 49. 9 squared is 81. 2 times 7 times 9 is 126. Now, here's where people make mistakes. What is 126 cosine 120? 126 cosine 120. Negative 63. So we've got 49 plus 81 minus negative 63. So that's going to become plus. So 49 plus 81 plus 63 gets me 193. And so to find x, we take the square root of 193, and then we get 13.9 centimeters. Okay. Now, okay, people did not understand what this means. This means angle A. Okay, the letter in the middle is A, so that's the angle we're trying to figure out. We put the three letters in case there's all kinds of other lines all over the place, but if it's only the three sides, we're basically dealing with angle A. Okay, so I'm going to redraw the triangle here with the information that we know now. Okay, we know this is 7, 9, and 13.9. We know that's 120. We're trying to find angle A. Okay, so I'm going to have to use the sine rule. And the reason I know that is I've got some different colors. This angle and an opposite side, and we've got this angle here and an opposite side. So if I've got an angle and the side opposite to goes with it, then I can write the sine rule. And I can write 9 over sine theta equals 13.9 over sine 120. Okay, so then I can cross multiply. And then I'm going to get 9 times sine 120 equals 13.9 times sine theta. Okay, and 9 times sine 120, in my calculator I get 7.794 equals 13.9 sine theta, because this right here is equal to this. Okay, and then I can divide both sides by 13.9, and then I get sine theta equals 7.794 divided by 13.9. 7.794 divided by 13.9, and I get this. And I often get students that get very scared, and it's not because of Halloween. And they're like, oh, how can the angle be 0.5607? Boo hoo hoo. And when you are trying to find an angle, you're going to have to push second sine to get the angle. So I'm going to push second sine, and then I want this answer in here, so I'm going to push second and this little negative button here, and that gets the previous answer. And then I hit enter, and then now I know the angle is 34.1. And that sounds reasonable for a measurement of an angle. Okay, lastly, this is going to be on your test. We need to find the area of a triangle. Okay, so 7, 9, 13.9, 120, and now we know this is 34.1 degrees. Okay, so the area of a triangle is right here. Okay. So just like this triangle here, these two are these sides here, and this has to be the included angle. That one's also the included angle, isn't it? Right? So I'm going to use those two sides and the included angle. So if I'm going to use the angle of 120, then the included sides have to be 7 and 9. If I was going to use an included angle of 34.1, I would have to use the sides 7 and 13.9. So, but let's just do it the way I've written it here. So I've got A equals 1/2 side A, side B, sine C. Remember that I use lowercase letters for the lengths of sides and capital letters for angles or points. So we've got 1/2 7 times 9 sine of the included angle. Okay, type this into my calculator. And I get the area is 27.3 centimeters squared. You're going to need to know how to do that on your test. Okay, next one. Okay, now we have three sides, and we want to find, it says size of ACB. Some people do not understand that what this is asking for. This means we're trying to find the angle. Whenever you see AC with that little hat over that B, that means we're trying to find the angle. Okay, so angle C, that's the letter that's in the middle. So I'm just going to put a little mark there. Okay, so if we're trying to find that angle, so now we're going to use this formula here, and it's just the cosine rule rearranged to find the angle. Now, notice there's an a squared, a b squared, and a c squared. So the ones that are positive are the ones on either side of the angle we're working with. The ones that there's one of them that's negative, and the one that is negative is the one that refers to the angle that we're trying across from the angle that we're trying to find. Okay. So if we're trying to find angle C, then this is the one opposite of it that has to be negative. And then these are the ones that are the positive ones. So let's write that formula down again. So we've got cosine C equals a squared plus b squared minus c squared all over 2ab. So as I said before, since these are on either side of our included angle, those are the positive ones. This is the angle we're trying to figure out, and the side that is opposite is the one that we're subtracting. Okay, so let's put some numbers in here now. We've got 1005 squared plus 1225 squared minus 650 squared divided by 2 times 1005 times 1225. Okay, so we put that into our calculator. we get 2088150 divided by 2462250. And then, so that gets us a decimal. 0.848067. Okay, so once again, to find an angle, you have to press second and cosine. Okay. To find an angle, dun, 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 you got to press second and then the trig function that we're working with. So if I type this into my calculator, so second cosine 0.848067, enter, I'm going to get an angle of 31.999. So angle C equals 31.998. So we could say angle C equals 32 degrees. Okay. Okay. So then the area of my triangle, we're using that formula from before. We've got our included angle, and we've got the sides on either side of the angle that we're working with. Okay, I hope this was helpful.